A few days ago, I had an extra $576 Canadian dollars just burning a hole in my pocket. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this money. I gotta find something to spend this money on. Then, luckily, I had a friend, a guy named Steven, my old roommate, legend of a human being. He called me and said, hey, I'm at a fair right now. You should come to Toronto in the next few days because they got some items you might want to take a look at. I'm like, okay. And I went there and I spent my $576. I showed what I bought on stream to the chat. They all loved it because these three items were things I never even thought I'd be owning. But when I saw them and the quality and workmanship that went into these things, I was like, I gotta have these things. He FaceTimed me and showed me, and I'm like, I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna buy those things. And the first thing he showed me was this. If you know what these are, you're a fucking legend. These are the Blades of Chaos from God of War. The ones Kratos used to have. And it's made of pure metal. There's a chain on it. I'm going to attach it to my wall later on. But man, I mean, just look at the craftsmanship of this thing. It is so amazing and so nicely made. Chat's going crazy right now. I know, right? It's awesome, man. I was so happy when I saw this. I mean, normally if it's plastic or anything like that, I wouldn't care for it. But because it's actually authentic, I'm like, I need this right now in my life. It'll look great on the wall. When I make my videos and when I stream, it'll be right there. And that sound is sick as fuck. Let's be honest. Now, when you look at the real thing and what it actually looks like, let me just pull up a photo of what the Blades of Chaos look like in the game so you guys know. Because, man, whoever made this thing did a phenomenal job. Really, like a really, really good job. So they look a little bit different compared to how it is in the actual game. As you can see, it's like got like a little bit of a different design. But to be fair, this design right here, I am incredibly happy with. I have no complaints because that's Kratos' symbol on them right there. Making the actual design with these lines would have been a lot more difficult. But hey, I'm happy about these either way. And I am in no way, shape, or form complaining about these things because, man, these things are awesome. These cost about... How much did I pay? I bought two things at once. I believe these were about $175 or so, something like that. And the other thing I bought, because I paid $350 in total for this, and I bought something else, which I am even actually a lot happier about. Yes. The axe from the new God of War game. Look at that, man. I mean, look how big this thing is. By the way, you're going to see my pants. Look at my pants. Right? Pure drip. Look how big this axe is. And it's so sharp, you can literally cut yourself by looking at it. Now, don't go too crazy. But this thing can actually slice through wood. And it's heavy. This thing weighs about 5 pounds. The wood itself is kind of hollow, but the real workmanship is in the blade right here. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. I'm going to pull up exactly what it looked like in the game. So right there, this one's glowing, but you can kind of see the marks are similar. I want to see one where the axe isn't glowing, right there. So, yeah, these things here, these yellow things are not actually on the axe, but these white parts are all part of the axe in the game. And again, so much craftsmanship went into this. And I also discovered a little bit of an Easter egg that I hadn't seen before. When you look at the axe in the game, if I can find a photo of it right here, I will show you guys. See how he's holding it, right? So right there, there is a diamond and there is an upside down triangle right there. That's kind of a play on shapes because, as you know, on the PS5 controller, on the PS4 controller, there is the X, the circle, the square, and the triangle. So here, they have the square and the triangle, just in different shapes. And on this axe, they got the same thing on both sides. They got the square on the top right there, And they also have the triangle at the bottom right here. You know, square, triangle, and it is absolutely amazing. This is going to also go on the wall. I'm thinking of putting it maybe, let me turn this way, right above the Goku thing, maybe like on a sideways kind of angle, but I kind of want to keep it like this because it's really tall, and it's going to be awesome. So this thing, again, costs about $175. I mean, bro, if somebody breaks into my house, they're getting this axe to the face. Just, I might even throw it, and then I'll just recall it with, I just press triangle, it'll come right back, no problem. Because I am Kratos. But now, there's a third item as well. I didn't just stop there, because I had bought these two. I bought the Blades of Chaos, then I bought the axe, and I find out this fair that I bought this from, it's the last day, right? So I spent $350 on those, and there was another item I saw there. I didn't buy it right away. I walked past it a few times. I talked to the guy, you know, he gave me a price, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you guys that story later, but I think I should show you guys this item. You guys like Marvel? You know, Thor? That guy? Well, yeah. I bought his hammer. I also bought this thing, which you store it on. So this thing is like the groundbreaking, and you just put it right there, and you put it on top so it kind of stays. But, bro, this thing is awesome. This thing is heavy. This thing weighs 10 pounds. I weighed it. It is massive. And just holding it up in the air is awesome, bro. I mean, this... I'm gonna put it right there next to my Roomba, because this thing needs to stay on the ground. I can't hang it on a wall. It's too heavy. But again, the craftsmanship here is great on this thing, man. I mean, just holding it, you feel like a Norse god. And it's like, come at me, bro. Let's go. I feel like I'm going to channel lightning any second now. So this thing, the guy told me initially, he's like, this thing is $350. I'm like, I'm not going to pay $350 for this. I just spent $350 on the two other things. I need a better price. I kept walking by, and then I was saying it was the last day at the fair, right? As they were closing and packing up to put everything in the trucks and drive off, the fair is closing. I go there. I'm like, listen, man, let's negotiate. I want to get this thing, but you got to give me a good price. He's like, okay, $300. I'm like, no. You can't just drop $50 and expect me to, like, bite. I told him $150. I just went straight for the low ball. And he said no. And we negotiated a little bit. And my final offer was, I told him $200. I'm like, that's it. I'm not paying a cent more than $200. But I did pay a cent more than $200. I actually paid $26 more than $200 because he agreed on that price. And the $26 was the tax. So this thing cost, with tax, $226. And now I got a Thor Hammer, baby. Let's go. And yeah, it's just going to bling out this wall full of new things. I'm going to change up the background here because I'm going to be using this camera a lot more, the streaming setup a lot more. It's going to be awesome. I just wanted to show these to you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys like those because you're going to be seeing them around a lot.